Ну чё, начнем то, что я обещал Фиделю, а именно зикансель. Погнали. Сейф первый. Континуе. Сейчас открою собственный стрим. Глянуть, как оно идет. Звук. У меня звука еще не было. Странно. Ну, по крайней мере, в наушниках.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. Writing material.
Как можно потерять самый большой объект во Вселенной?
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Здравствуйте.
please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours
Карандаши
faithfully,
пера.
Lord William Mortimer.
Да, здорово, Икпой. Еще раз привет, Александр.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Да, где ключ-то, ёпта?
Nothing. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Сейчас посмотрим, что тут еще есть.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
Запомни, я первый, кто поставил лайк.
A Voyage Around the World, the travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books.
И снова
What a
здравие.
coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Ну, окей, первый лайк поставил. Ну, окей, спасибо.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it. There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. All right. I've retrieved everything. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Так.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Ну, я только могу отойти. Ну вот. Обидно.
This room looks unoccupied.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this.
Залить фенол фталеином.
Окей. Так, это мне еще понадобится. Вот.
If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it.
Спасибо, что не подержать книгу над огнем. Изобретен в 1870-е.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand,
В
where all
карман.
eyes size you up,
Горящую
I don't get
свечу.
it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me? You've gone to so much trouble. You must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I'd better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Ну, пойдем пожрем. Че уж там.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests. Might be better to take a different stairway. That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
У нас очки действия закончились. Обмажемся медом.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
Недостаточно прокачан
My
для
dearest
этого.
son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte. Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, 2 great army chiefs.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Все. Больше ничего не спиздить. Вот ведь обида.
Amber crystals. French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
Ладно, тут я больше ничего не могу сделать. Так. Oh my!
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes, I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
Do you often fall ill like that?
Yes, sometimes. But don't worry, I guess I'm kind of a frail flower.
Maybe you were feeling hungry.
No, it was nothing to do with being hungry. Fatigue, probably. I've been feeling more and more exhausted lately.
Well, get some rest then, Elizabeth. Take advantage of the sea air and you'll soon get your strength back.
Do you really want to know what made me ill? Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Ого.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth. Hiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear.
Бля.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Take your father. I'm sure he tried everything to save you.
Sure, he tried everything to keep me from upsetting his political affairs. Once I was declared insane, I was nothing but a burden that got in the way of his career. By leaving me with your mother, he made all the horrors possible. I've got nothing more to say to you.
Сука.
Figure it out yourself.
Фигово.
Нет, ну ладно.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Не. Ух ты. Нет, нет. Куда идти-то? Карта есть? Карта есть. Вот. Entrance. Какой интересный вояка.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests.
Блестяшку
They arrived
справа на
during the
полу
night.
пропустил.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French
Это что за
Revolutionary
коллекция
Tribunal
прокаженных?
Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Certainly not.
Surprising when you know Volner prohibited religious practices in Prussia. Renowned member of the Rose Croix Order, former Freemason, and great lover of alchemy. And look at Piaggi fawning over him. I really do have a problem digesting political protocol.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin.
Платье у барышни
The
шикарно.
French are capable of sailing up the Thames
Yeah.
straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Держится оно только на сильном колдунстве.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine.
И
It is
крепком корсаже.
yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
Так
I
она
made
в
a
одном
promise.
корсете
Now it
есть.
is done.
Рисковая женщина, 18 век на дворе, а она в нижнем белье
It's the first time
рассыкает.
I've ever seen her so moved. Just mention that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Это точно.
What do you think of Volner?
The Prussian king is his puppet.
I find it hard to believe the king of Prussia is so weak.
Be careful. Volner is as influential as he is dangerous.
You seem to know each other well.
We used to work together.
I see.
My friend.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Yes, I heard the news.
Show us your teeth.
He's just a soldier, not even a high-ranking one at that. I'll bet he's just here for some minor business.
I wouldn't be so categorical. No one is ever invited here just by chance. You'll see.
Да, просто солдат.
It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Who does not know of her, sir?
Звездочка вывалился из варпа, звездочка шалом.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden
Da, da,
Order,
da.
through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
Yes,
An
I
agreement
see.
for cannons. Lord
Xenos
Mortimer
здесь.
assured me that you are to take
Ага.
over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet.
Morni,
I'm afraid I'll be
даст
unable to answer your
снова
questions.
здравие.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little
Лица не
question for you.
обезображенные
The
интеллектом.
agreement stipulates an
Наполеон
aid of
так вообще
50,000
откровенный
louis d'or
дегенерат,
for 200
культист хаоса наверняка. Лекс. Марни. Эти неподвижные выражения лиц. Бр.
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge. Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
О!
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her.
Смотрел
Someone
дебаты
who will
по
restore her
поводу
luster,
ГМО.
who will propel her
Заорал
forward so once again
якобы
she becomes a
доктора
proud nation respected by
биологических
all.
наук.
A man capable of both
Было
rebuilding the country
интересно,
from the inside
какие еще
and at the
гении
same time
считают
developing
ГМО
exterior
вредным.
relations. Someone with a
Ничего
vision, I
нового.
think. The
Другой
right
доктор
person
биологических
still
просто
remains to be
уничтожил
found.
противника.
You're right, my friend.
Да
I
вас.
hear your words and I agree.
Ей-ей-ей.
Monsieur de Richet, I
Ха,
am
мы
reassured.
сподвигли
I am
Бонапарта
very
на
happy to have
лидерство.
met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
Там картинка как у вас, нормальная или нет?
I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Слап, слап.
Угу.
Блять. Что это за скример?
Какой именно?
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Это ты еще здесь, не нажрался, что ли, еще?
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis.
Пойду досмотрю деваты
It
и
makes me
Пауру.
think of the
А потом
portrait
к Шону.
gallery.
There's a
До
gallery here?
встречи.
Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
До скорого, Морни.
Amber crystals.
Oh my. Oh my.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Аналогичная реакция. Где-то тут сороритки нужного толка.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now? I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand. The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Короче, смотрите. Герой со щитом точно смотрит в щит. Так. Нельзя повернуть от медузы? Интересно. Так, потом дебил с мечом. Ну, скорее всего. Ну, он дебил, как бы. Тут ничего не сделаешь.
Ну, медуза увидела свою же рожу, насколько я помню.
Ну, да. А этого, по-моему, к щиту. Должно что-то произойти.
In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes.
Ну вот.
It can only be the hero holding the shield.
Зря я это потратил.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling as Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
No.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else. Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can this shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Ага, то есть даже вот так вот. А я думал о внутренней стороне этого. Нормально.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
First my room, now here. Stop following me, you're becoming a nuisance.
Wait a minute. You're not implying that I'm here to court you, are you?
Oh, Louis, I'm just stating the obvious. You wouldn't be the first, rest assured.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. The worst thing is it seems to be working.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh, yeah? So tell me what you're doing here. Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well, then we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Listen, this isn't one of Madame Scootery's soirees. There's no room for courtesy in a place like this. I promise in any other circumstances, I would try to show a bit more spirit in my efforts to amuse you. For today, I suggest we focus on the rather obvious fact that we are both interested in spying on our host.
I congratulate you on your knowledge of fashionable soiree of the 12th century, but you have just ruined the ambiance, Louis. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh, yeah. Your dreams.
Какие же у нее огромные сиськи!
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Emily, what if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change. All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Шлюха.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the golden fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you? An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
The Gospel according to Judas, or How to Crucify Jesus as part of God's plan. You do realize that the contents of this book could undermine the very foundations of Christianity.
One more reason to leave it in the secret room of a lost manor on a private island.
Do you realize how important this book is?
Of course, but what I really want to know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor.
Что там дальше есть? Монетка.
Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
О.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article. I can just see Mortimer dressed in a toga, wearing a laurel wreath, strutting around his manor all day long.
You have a curious idea of Mortimer.
Why? He's eccentric, like all the English are, isn't he?
Well, if Peru stands for French grace, then if I were you, I wouldn't be making that sort of remark.
Подъебала. Ха-ха-ха-ха. Тупая пизда.
It's like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself. You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Brass quillons and knobs. A beautiful cruciform line. Judging by the wear and the technique used to forge it, this sword dates back to the Crusades, and it must have belonged to a wealthy knight. There's a date. MCXC, 1190. That's right. Forged for the Crusades. I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet you're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Так, что там еще осталось?
Fragment of amber.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine. Hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia. Properties in
Ты
Shanghai.
хочешь ее выбесить?
Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old. And all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Several people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for history and fine art. Or getting gifts.
If each time Mortimer does someone a favor, they reward him with a priceless gift, that means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. I can't trust a man who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Блять, ну я ж тебя не трахнул.
Me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you?
Ой, понеслась, сука. Cures, displays immunities.
You trusted me last night. My being in your room was a bit odd, I'll give you that. And you might have taken me for a thief, or worse. But I managed to explain myself, right? Look at us. I wonder what Mortimer would think if he found us here. Let's trust each other, Emily. We are partners in crime now.
That I grant you. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Не хватает это самое. Ну-ка.
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself. Her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself. I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating
Прямым
with anyone
текстом
at this
говорилось на
time. Do you
завтраке.
understand?
Я, думаешь, читал. Точнее, не так. Думаешь, я запоминал.
Oh, it's crystal clear. You don't like people telling you what to do, and you do like giving the orders to everyone.
If I were the matron you speak of, I would have found an underling to search this place, and I would be sound asleep in my bed. I already have a work partner.
Бля.
I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me.
А в
But
этой
I
игре
already
еще
have
и
all
читать
that,
надо.
thanks to my
Полная
teammate.
луна с
Is
рожицей.
there any chance you might tell me
Запоминать,
who
не
he is?
читать.
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler, so your partner is...
Бля. Я не помню, что это хуйня делать. Извиняюсь, парни. Пью пошло. Ну чё, парни, какие идеи? Чё вы думаете? Woman или man? Ты-ты-ты-ты-ты-ты. Ты-ты-ты-ты-ты-ты. Па-пар-па-па-пар-па-па-пар-па-па-па-па-па-па-па.
Баба. Ваши мысли.
У меня нет мыслей,
Думаю,
я
что женщина.
пивко попиваю.
Ибо вначале был момент с мамой.
Ну, я тоже помню этот момент. Давайте попробуем. Блять. Блять. Все сложнее, парни. Отец, бывший муж, член совета. Фу, совета, похуй. Ее сестра, ее мать, мать головного героя. Вот, короче, вот.
Думаю, что мама наша.
Ну давай.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh,
Mama.
God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Шит.
Шит. Немного не то. Ну, у нас еще 2 бландерса осталось, так что...
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates internationally.
Короче, последний шанс. Это не член Ордера. Это не наша мать. Ее мать, ее сестра, ее отец или ее муж. Какие ваши доказательства?
Ну куда? Я сейчас гайд гляну.
Не-не-не, без гайдов, парни. Дайте без гайдов. Ну, нахуй гайды. Я в людях плохо разбираюсь.
У кого-то есть игральная кость. Два раза подкину.
Неплохо.
На пол и на выбор внутри. Так, вспомним, что она говорила. Монету-то е.
Монетки у меня далеко лежат. Очень. Я вот тут оно что, я нихуя не помню, что она говорила. Я очень плохо помню прошлый выпуск, это надо его пересматривать.
Итак, Блобин, кто орел, кто решка. Что она тут ищет? Я кидаю.
Сам реши, что орел, что решка. В общем...
Она работает сама по себе, как я понял.
Нет, у нее есть партнер, Алексей. У нее есть партнер. Это она сама сказала. А вот кто ее партнер? Вот это вопрос. Это не орден, не ордер, и это не порядок. И это не мать главного героя.
Есть какая-то связь с мамой. Они ее ищут. Кому еще может быть очень нужна мама ГГ?
Не знаю. Давай ее отец тогда скажем, что.
Your father. The force of youth combined with the wisdom of ancestors.
I never knew my father. And it will be better for him if I never do find him.
Sorry.
I thought you'd figured
А
out
кто
I was an
отец
orphan.
ГГ?
No. Please forgive me. I didn't know.
Точно.
Right, time is short. You haven't convinced me. I prefer to remain discreet. Don't take it the wrong way. All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister. And if I reacted so strongly at the sight of the cameo pendant, it's because I thought it belonged to her. But it doesn't.
I understand.
Ее муж.
I won't insist.
It's time to leave.
Бля, можешь перезагрузить, back to menu. Давай. Сестру она ищет.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. I can't trust a man who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Are you really gonna use that against me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Сразу может применим тут
You
штуку.
trusted me last night. My
Сложность
being in your
уменьшает.
room was a bit odd, I'll give you that. And you might have taken me for a thief, or worse. But I managed to explain myself, right? Look at us. I wonder what Mortimer would think if he found us here. Let's trust each other, Emily. We are partners in crime now.
That I grant you. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing the French
Перезагрузка.
cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself, her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself. I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Yes, it's perfectly clear. You're already working with someone.
Ah, well spotted, Louis. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows. When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself. Or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Ура! При помощи жульничества мы таки смогли правильно разгадать эту херню. Я не знаю, что людям нравится в таких играх.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good...
I'm begging you, please, don't leave me alone.
Ну ты сделал мисс
I'll be
Клики на
waiting for you in your
загадке.
room, but don't be late.
Так что все честно. А мне говорил, что тебе интересно, Смайл
I was
неприятный.
sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi
Двуличный
between us.
глоба.
Да я не двуличный. Мне было интересно играть на прошлом стриме.
Glory
Looks
to
like
God,
Elizabeth
Modiron.
really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Не, нахуй.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
Тут больше интересного, чем скучного, но сам поиск этих самых
Well,
улик и
Elizabeth, what was so
загадок,
urgent?
ну это
For
немного не
God's
моё.
sakes, what happened in here?
Oh my. Oh my!
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
All right. What have you got on your mind now?
You've got to listen to what I have to say while there's still time.
У
You
нее,
need to know the truth about
книжка
your
в
mother.
груди.
About my mother? What do you mean?
I saw her
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Фиделя,
Listen, I'm
салют.
telling you, it was her.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes.
Мне из головы не выходит, что у нее с грудью. Я знаю, как выглядит маленькая грудь, но это такое ощущение, что там книжка вживлена просто модулем, бетонным блоком. Конечно, бухает. Чё б нет. Вот такие моменты, они интересные. И тут я заинтересован. Но моменты, когда надо искать улики...
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn
знак
here
Бладрейна,
into a
знак
trap.
Бладрейн. Ну, на самом деле он явно что-то другое значит, но он использовался в игре Бладрейн.
Whoa. Alcohol's gone to my head.
Че она там бухает, что его с одного бокала унесло?
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Да, погнали, что там.
Это томление перед сенсациями.
At this rate, I won't last the night. Let's go easy on the drinking, okay?
И да,
Alcohol
ты
will
уже
solve our
охуевал в этой игре.
Нет, пока. Я вот охуеваю от того, как он быстро это...
The second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Come on, Elizabeth. We have to finish what we started.
Да, бухает персонажа. О нет!
I feel all dizzy. There must have been a reason. Just tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them!
What? What are you talking about? Silence what?
The voices. The voices in my head. They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Elizabeth, are you saying that spirits talk to you?
You're right. Sometimes there are several voices. How did you know?
No, listen, I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what you said.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me all the time. Yet your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result.
It's impossible, Mother. You spent your life trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist. Why punish this poor girl? Oh, shit. What has she done to you?
Uh-oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here.
Всем похуй.
I beg you, tell me you believe me.
А, у нее этот круг на груди зашит, что ли? Бля, я хочу логикал, но блин, я хочу, чтобы она продолжила пердеть свою историю. Ладно, хуй с
I'm
ним.
here, Elizabeth. I'm right here with you. And I do believe you.
Thank you, Louis. You know, despite what people might think, I'm not crazy.
My God, Elizabeth, how is this possible?
Welcome to my world, Lil Louis. Welcome to my life.
Игра, блять, не делай передо мной такие выборы. Ну, я думаю, она помрет, если вот это выбрать быстрее. А если вот это выбрать, у нас сохранится персонаж. У него хоть отвратные сиськи, но зато она забавная.
Let's not rush into things. You have nothing to fear here. I'm with you. And anyway, my
Монетка
mother's gone
всегда
missing.
готова.
You're not in any danger.
That's not what the voices say.
Listen to me. Don't give up. You must resist. And tomorrow, you'll see. Things will be better.
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me, but my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my drink?
In both. Don't worry, my little Louis. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh man, I feel like puking. I really feel like shit. I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm here now. I'll take good care of you.
У нас будет секс.
What is this bitch gonna do to me?
Трахнет!
Don't touch me! Just leave. If I get up, I'll fall.
Набросься на нее. Где вариант наброситься на женщину?
Louis tired. Leave everything to me.
Ой, кинжал, нас вскроют. О май.
Почему я это ожидал в плане напитка?
Just let go.
Потому что баба ебанутая.
Mademoiselle, may I come in?
Она точно ебанутая.
А, она вскрылась.
Тамара Усинкс will be better.
My head.
О, да.
I shouldn't have drunk so much. Oh shit.
Ха!
Elizabeth!
Несколько дырок так-то, по-моему. Или у нее уже была порвана эта ночнушка? Стоп, чё? Это типа первый эпизод закончен или чё?
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Да,
We are doing
первый
our utmost
эпизод.
to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Так, пойду я, займусь учебой. До скорого, братья.
Давай.
Is there nothing you want to say, Louis?
It wasn't me. I didn't kill her.
I'd much rather have met you under different circumstances.
Lord Mortimer, believe me, I'm very conscious of the gravity of the situation. Everything seems to point to me as the one who killed Elizabeth, but I swear I am innocent.
Out of respect for your mother, rest assured that I do want to believe you.
And all I want is to be able to prove it to you. When do we start?
We already have. Tell me, Louis, how do you feel?
Блэд, использовать или нет? Сохраню.
I feel a bit disoriented.
That's only normal in your situation. You can hardly say you've been left unscathed lately. First, the disappearance of your mother, and now, this murder.
Where are you going with this, my lord?
Sarah's behavior grew odd before her disappearance. Her attitude changed. She became prey to outbursts of violence and a number of temporary absences. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't go getting lost like your mother did.
You're not suggesting that I might have killed Elizabeth and that I don't remember, are you?
I don't know, Louis. It's just that what with your mother and now you, it's rather a lot. The more I take stock of the situation, the more I'm under the impression that you've been set up. But before going any further, I must inform you that Sir Gregory is about to arrive. He is coming to question you about the murder of poor Elizabeth, whom he was very fond of. He is quite determined to find the culprit, whomever they may be. So, convince him of your innocence.
Нравится, как...
Then we can continue this conversation.
Как никто не рассматривает это как самоубийство.
William, I would like to see you a moment before we begin. In private.
Let's step outside a moment. Louis, this will only take a few moments.
Этих уродов в баллистических масках типа нельзя оставить, чтобы они... Эй, блядь. Блядь. Ладно, подождем.
Самоубийство. Через многократное насаживание самой себя на нож. Ага.
Ну, с первого раза не хватило.
Good evening, Monsieur de Richet.
Likewise, Sir Gregory.
Well then, let us begin. Monsieur de Richet, you were found standing over Miss Adams' body. We must shed some light on your responsibility in this tragedy. We shall then decide on your fate. But you must know that if you do not convince us of your innocence, it will cost you dearly. Now you are going to tell us everything that happened last night, without leaving any detail out. First things first, how did your evening begin?
I was in the corridor and I was about to go to bed. Elizabeth appeared as if from nowhere and rushed toward me. She took me by the arm and led me to her room.
You say she led you? All right, we'll accept that. Continue.
We were heading for our rooms when Elizabeth burst into the corridor, barely dressed. She was panic-stricken and insisted on speaking to me. So I found myself in Elizabeth's room. We sat down together. She insisted we have a drink or she would refuse to confide in me.
What exactly did she want to speak about at such a late hour?
Блядь.
And believe it or not, Elizabeth extolled to me the virtues of her treatment. She felt better and ready to cope with the ordeals of the outside world.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, she told me she had made peace with her old demons and was excited to begin her new life.
Ah, you see, Gregory, you were right to bring her here. What a pity she was unable to benefit from it.
And what happened next?
Then she told me she had poured laudanum in my glass. The next minute I was on the floor. When I woke up, she was lying in a pool of blood.
That is all you had to say? You expect us to believe that you have no idea what happened to her?
Yes, because I'm telling you the truth.
How can you possibly expect us to believe you?
Gregory, we must consider every possibility. Louis, do you have any idea who could have done it?
Look, frankly, it's beyond me. I just don't know.
Monsieur de Richet, don't you think it would be in your interest to help us find another suspect?
Well, even if I can't believe for a single instant that my mother could have murdered someone in that manner, she might have wanted to stop Elizabeth from speaking about their mutual past. And things might have turned nasty.
It is indeed a possibility.
I would like to thank you for helping us shed light on what happened last night. To be honest, you are not the only suspect. I'm prepared to believe you were drugged. Our poor Elizabeth hid the stuff everywhere, and I could smell laudanum on you 3 yards away.
So you knew it wasn't me from the start?
We weren't sure. Louis, I am sorry, but everything points in the same direction. I only know one person on this island who might have had a big enough grudge against Elizabeth, who has no alibi, and whose behavior is, well, suspect. Not to mention dangerous.
Мамка героя.
Before my arrival. I think I've been patient enough.
You don't need us for any of this. So come along, Monsieur Peru. We are leaving.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Isn't Bonaparte a bit young to deserve so much attention?
Well, you come straight to the point. I like that. Indeed, if you knew just how much you remind me of him. Trust me, I'll wager that Monsieur Napoleon will soon prove himself. I'm working on it, at least. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island
Как
to
я
present them
понимаю,
with a project
тебе
at the
нрав
conference.
диалоги,
It
но не
will be
очень
presented later today.
расследование.
Именно.
I thought that the
Прям
Golden
в
Order had a
точку.
role
Да,
to play,
скоро.
and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would
Какой
be able
это
to join
год?
us.
Я не
I
помню.
see. Indeed, if by chance
Хорош
your
свистеть,
mother
пидора.
decided not to return to us
Если это так,
before the
то поверь,
conference,
скоро
would
все
you do me
завертится.
the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while
догадываюсь.
waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to
Расследования
keep your
тоже
mother
станут
informed of what
довольно
is said.
интересными.
Ну, посмотрим.
There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here.
Свистит птах
Is
рядом в
there an
клетке.
off-the-record reason?
Дед, хорош пердеть, я обоссусь тут сейчас, слава богу. Сейчас, парни, подождите.
CSI.
Бля, я думаю, не заткнется. Так.
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just arrested a dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen treasure.
Oh. What was the name of your dealer?
Он сказал спасибо сейчас? Бля, боже, дай мне памяти. Я не помню, это надо играть на одном дыхании. Сука! Не Бребис точно, Бродшет или Боршерт. Прям Брокет, по-моему, был. Фидель, на помощь, я не помню. Это было давно. В эти игры надо играть сразу. Дед, у тебя все нормально с головой? Не? Шеей. Бля! Брочерт или Брочерт? Блять. Хоть свой стрим открывай. Так, ладно. Ах ты ж ёбаный! Чуть не упал.
Чекаю.
Ща, чуть не упал.
Монетка готова.
Давай монеткой хуярь просто. Давай. Эта птичка говорит, как пьяный сосед. Серьезно. Бля, Александр, ты как-то это... Монетку, по-моему, в стратосферу запульнул. Еще варианты. Два это какой? Брочет? Или... Бля. Ладно, от противного.
The dealer was called Von Burchard. As for the buyer, he was unknown to us.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Один.
There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Мне кажется, что Мортимер окажется каким-нибудь заглавным гадом или хотя бы его помощником. Я его сейчас все выкладываю.
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead...
Так.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Yes. His famous cotton gin. It was supposed to revolutionize cotton production in the United States.
It will revolutionize the world, Louis. The potential of this invention is much greater. Tomorrow, all industries will be switching to simple but large-scale production. Of that, I'm sure.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Mother lulled my childhood with tales of the Crusades. How Richard the Lionheart and Philip Augustus had to battle it out to achieve their ends. And how Guy de Lusignan, having broken his word, launched the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I see Sarah's lessons have inspired new enthusiasts. Good on you, because not everyone can claim they know as much at your age. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on. That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that? Excuse me,
Мне отдельно нравится то, что озвучены в английском языке все персонажи с душой прям качественно.
Да.
I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would
Надо
shut herself
супчика
away
погреть и
in a
под
room
диалоги
known as
хуярить.
a box room
Прям
upstairs.
идеально будет.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you.
Старик
We will meet
подозрительный.
later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you. The room is just opposite
For
Mortimer's
5
study.
council wants to know your location.
Это шаурма? Это шаурма. Или полотенце. Да, в принципе, разницы никакой. Не знаю, куда мне бежать.
Golden elixir, consumed without excess. A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia. sur Jacques Perreux.
Так.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Музыка тут хорошая, вот. Приятная.
Кстати, тебя же Фидель Ванна затащил.
Нет, не затащил. Ну как? Один раз было. Один раз не пидорас. Фидель затаскивает меня во всякие игры, где надо думать и мозгами шевелить. Хуй зайдешь. Я чуть не понял, куда нам надо? Go to the tower room. А где этот tower room находится? Еби свои мозги сам, пьядор. Library. Нет, не вниз.
МБ это верх библиотеки.
Может быть. В местной архитектуре не силен. О, это наверх. И нам не сюда. Окей. Окей, alright.
Напротив лестницы, перед которой ты заспавнился.
Я уж не помню, напротив какой лестницы я заспавнился.
Шаза комната в нижнем правом углу. То есть напротив лестницы вверх на втором этаже.
Ладно, метод научного тыка мне поможет.
Приветствую, орочие пацаны и варбос Злобин.
Да, здорово.
Ну чё?
Хуй через плечо! Вот человек с моим интеллектом проходит игру.
Фидель шалом.
Тот момент, когда ты не помнишь, где ты заспавнился, и вот... А еще ты злобен.
President George Washington.
Бегать кругами.
Ахаха, смешная щаютка.
Дрыгать ногами. Я, по-моему, вот здесь заспавнился. Оу. Оно, ей!
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Oink.
Honey, the remedy of the gods. Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured. What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Ну так подними его, уёбок. Что ж ты такой-то этот, только туда-сюда, налево и направо.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve. St. Paul on the road to Damascus.
Голову подними.
Ну, это жрет много, ну
Fierce
ладно.
opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best-known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Ну чё, я поднял голову.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Ну так открой ее ногой. Оу.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key. We'll see if it works.
Ха-ха! Почувствуй себя умным. Реши задачу для младенца.
It's open. A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
А сейчас ты почувствуешь себя тупым.
Я и так себя чувствую тупым, отстань от меня.
Ибо библейские загадочки.
Is represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel. A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Мне, чтобы почувствовать себя тупым, достаточно на любого другого человека посмотреть.
New Testament.
Ой, блядь, ой, читать. Не.
This volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. Pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible. St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible.
Те...
St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
Неплохо. Я чуть не умер от количества информации.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Rini. St. Paul painted by Guido Rini. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe? Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
Читать книжку. Блядь. Чё-то все сложно стало. Мы тут надолго.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Да, что ты будешь делать? Ходи давай.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. Looks like someone touched this commode recently.
Не мучайся, воспользуйся интернетом.
St. Paul painted by Guido. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like
Записку в
Paul is
камине
speaking
еще
to.
глянь.
Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection.
Давай глянем.
Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure.
Я думал, сейчас посижу, диалоги послушаю, пиво бахнул. А теперь тупой. -1 интеллект точно схватил. У меня и так был 1.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So mother had an accomplice here.
Не, ну trust in my faith in the man with the sword, это типа... Блять, заткнись. Как тут это...
I must find the next part.
Да, промотать.
I recognize her love of riddles there.
Короче, вот эта записка в камине как раз нам говорит, что заимей веру в мою веру вот мужика с мечом. Вот, мужик с мечом.
Saint Paul painted by Guido Reni.
То есть, тут мы находим,
Saint
что...
Paul is shown holding a sword.
Сейчас он про это.
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
То есть, как Пол общался со своими ублюдками из Рима, и еще цифра 11, андерлайн, это типа подчеркнутая дважды. Но с учетом того, что лайн это линия, андер это под, это скорее всего дважды подчеркнутая 11. Что еще?
The four apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
13-й опездал.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims
Послание
who
к
it looks like Paul
римлянам.
is speaking to.
11.
Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Шпоник.
Нежно вверяю вам себя, сударь.
Сук. Так, здорово, Детельф.
Хай, чиатек.
Верс 11.
Then they suborned men, which said, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God."
Явно не то. Это явно не то.
Привет, эльф. О, какие ксеноском.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait, a note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say?
Сейчас я к компьютера приду, помогу тебе.
Я уже разобрался, Фидель. Я умный.
Hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative, awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Да, действительно, что она... Вот youngest апостол, я это помню. Youngest абассал.
Painting looks like it's been taken down recently.
Мама говорит, что ты особенный. 0, 0, 0, 0.
Hidden behind the apostle. Ah, of course.
Ха-ха-ха, это ты так думаешь. Тут в этой Библии надо вот так строки 4 найти.
Prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Так, блять, я прослушал все. Не комментируйте, дайте это.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Блять. Ой, писать хочу. Так, а что я знаю об этом пидоре?
John is often credited with writing about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible. He's also known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle.
Да ну, блядь.
Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Блядь. Мне уже было только имя, на самом деле.
Saint John, painted by Guido Reni.
Saint John, окей. Так, еще раз.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Блять, ручка! Эй! Я так давно не писал ничего. Сейчас.
Зовите Невзорова, он все легко найдет и разберет.
Не-не, тихо. Блять. Сука! Не то. Есть. Не то. Блять, не туда нажал. Так, я уже смотрел.
Один 9. Пропустил.
То есть 1.10. Чего это 1.10? Ну давай попробуем. Стоп, вот.
Follow peace with all men and
Там же
holiness,
один слева,
without which
9
no man
справа.
shall see
Нет.
the Lord.
Блять, я прослушал! Куда я ткнул-то до этого? Блин, я... Вот.
Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord.
Интересно, я то самое нашел или нет? Или я дебил?
Если он после
Вот.
прочтения не дает комментарии, значит неправильно.
Понятно.
This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust.
Ha!
I can read the number 4.
Number 4, окей.
Так, я без звука. Блаба, если ты меня слышишь, помахай головой.
Помахал.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
XD.
Ладно, нам это потом понадобится. Видать, это цифра 4. Или нет?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air. On the second day, the pilgrims listened to the prophecy of the young apostle. The prophecy of the young apostle, that was John. And the prophecy mentioned is most likely the book of Revelations according to St. John. I and my father are one.
Тут Майка нихуя не понимаешь. Он пытаешься хоть как-то думать.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean? Pilgrims, if I'm not mistaken, numbered respectively 12 and 14 in the last painting. With the simple operation suggested, that would mean that the new groups are 6 and 7.
Так, ищем...
Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Так. Mark who will reveal the answer to them. Блядь б.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido.
12-14 теперь.
12-14 уже было, Александр.
Painting of Saint Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni. There's nothing worth noticing here.
Так, surroundings.
Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. Choosing the Hebrew alphabet is no coincidence. It's got to be a reference to the Bible. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. No. Nothing of value here. It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Стоп. А, ну на фрейме мы ничего не нашли. Так, то есть это мы его нашли 8. The first group to Mark will reveal the answer to the first group. Это 6. 6-4 получается, что ли? Ой, блядь. С чего 6-4? Я что, долбоёб? Шесть, 8. Уже 8. Да, 8. 6-8. Блять, 6-4 еще. Я глюпенький. Так. бот.
But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message. There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's see tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Нет. Точно это уже было. Бля-бля-бля-бля-бля-бля-бля.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Нет, это что-то еще есть. Тут уже мы были так-то.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come?
Так, ладно, сейчас. Подождите, парни. Дайте почитать Блобину. Полон студент. In the company of the pilgrims that joined him.
Honor thy father and thy mother, as this is the first commandment.
Вроде есть ST. Пол.
Так, еще раз. Возможно, я не прав. Возможно, я не прав. Бля, где это было? Да ёп.
Honor thy father and thy mother, as this is the first commandment.
Ну, это точно не то. Father and mother. Это мы уже использовали.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord.
А, нет, стоп, блядь, я ж дебил, мы же не использовали эту. Бля. Мы же не использовали эту картину. Это я раньше времени туда приперся. Стоп.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Так.
This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles.
How come?
The company of the penguin. Четыре. Joined him. 4.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Это хуйня. Так.
Одиннадцать 4 или 4.11 МБ.
Давай попробуем. У меня была еще одна версия, но я не могу найти нужные цифры.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Но это не та версия, о которой я думал. Ты смотри. I wait your confirmation to the left. То есть подтверждение слева. В компании пилигримов, которые к нему присоединились. Ну, к Полу. Потому что Пол understood that only the X counted. То есть, когда Пол понял, что только действия засчитываются, это о той картине, к которой я ходил. Где 2 раза Святой Пол показан, на ней написано 4, то есть 4, как я понимаю, confirmation.
А сколько интересно этих пилигримов?
Что, подожди, ты меня в смысле сбиваешь? 4, это число, я так понимаю, confirmation. In the company of pilgrims that have joined him. К нему присоединились пилигрим. Сколько этих пилигримов? 6-7. Если chapter 4, а вот verse... Не знаю, насколько я прав. Здесь предположить, что verse 13. Их было меньше, по-моему.
Hereby know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his spirit.
То есть, если предположить, что их, скажем, 6... можно вроде найти 4.15. Но это нет. Я уверен, что чаптер 4. А вот верс... Там же еще что-то говорилось по поводу того, что один среди апостолов пидор. А пидоров не любят. 4.8 мы уже слушали, это не то было. Или то.
Finally, brethren,
Не,
whatsoever things are true,
слушали.
whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report.
А если их оставить как 14, то есть 4.14.
Think on these things.
Нет, стоп. Давай найдем 4. Если 4.14, вот есть 14, но 5. Вот, I await confirmation to his left. The company of... Подтверждение слева от него в компании пилигримов, которые к ним присоединились. Бля... Мои мозги для этого не приспособлены.
Now we exhort you, brethren. Warn them that are unruly. Comfort the feeble-minded. Support the weak. Be patient toward all men.
Так, стоп, нет. Начало. Четыре 13 мы уже слушали, насколько я помню.
Привет всем.
Да, здорово, Максим. Только не надо про цох, пожалуйста, мы сейчас заняты. Нахуй цох. 17, ну их 14 получается.
4-5 было.
Ну, 4-5 было, по-моему. Я, по-моему, смотрел 4-5. Память у меня, конечно, на такие вещи. Крайне...
Я уже завтра война играю. Кох охуенный, мы, короче, там сегодня за бритов нагнули ПЖ не бань.
Бля.
Not in the lustful desire, even
Нет,
as the
это мы не
Gentiles
слушали.
who knew not God.
Но это не то. Так, парни, кто не по теме разгадки пишет, короче... Фидель, ты здесь?
Кох, достойное занятие для Дарк Эльдара.
По-моему, Фидель нас покинул. Обидно, ну ладно.
Вернемся к делу. Я пошел гуглить.
Сейчас мне надо найти то, что я искал. По-моему, Фидель не... Ну, блин, обидно. Когда нужен Фидель, его нет. Ответ-то мне не нужен. Мне интересно самому теперь найти, потому что это, судя по всему, последняя хрень, которую мы ищем.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Вот думай теперь, сиди, сука. У нас 4 есть. У нас написано, что confirmation to his left in the company of pilgrims. А если количество пилигримов надо прибавить к ёбаной 4? А не к нему.
4 плюс 6.
Ну а что 4 плюс 6? То есть это 10, 8? Или 4, 6 ты имеешь в виду этот? Может, я думаю неправильно. А если confirmation реально прибавить к 6, то есть скажем, что пилигримов 8, а 4 мы прибавим к 6. То есть 10 и...
Что ты думаешь про то справа?
10, 8. Давайте найдем 10, 8 реально. Потому что если... Confirmation to his left in the company of pilgrims.
10/8.
Ну вот я и хочу попробовать 10/8.
В гайде так, если серьезно.
А, ну значит я правильно подумал в последний момент. Хотя подумал только когда... А, то есть... Ты 4 плюс 6 написал в гайде. Бля, Александр, ебать тебя в саркатан, эти раскаленным поленом. Я тут мозги напрягаю, а ты мне выдаешь ответ из гайда.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but
Ёбаный
while
рот.
they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey,
Не,
there's a note here.
я сначала это
A message from
написал.
Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently.
Ну, значит, мы
But first,
додумались.
I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion.
У
See you
меня тут
tomorrow
как бы
evening.
лист ручкой
Stand
расписан.
ready. For now,
У меня мозги
cease all
нахуй мыслями
communication
расписаны
until we
в
meet.
ебеня просто.
Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother
Хуевы
mean by
теологи.
I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
Ну,
Guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to
Скорее
join them so I don't
математики.
look suspicious.
да, тут больше математики было, чем теологии.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon. Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Даже после твоего высказывания пришло.
If Mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me. Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Конечно, Телха, я ж долбоёб.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on, then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Потому что я тут
решил
пойти за тобой, когда ты написал, что 4+6.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
Нам не нужны гайды, мы умные.
They're waiting for us.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And who is this charming character?
Manuel Godoy, the Duke of La Alcudia.
He's the head of the Spanish government, Monsieur de Richet. He's the one who, in practice, controls Spain.
Кто-то жрал много фуагра и эклеров.
Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined.
What?
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before.
How dare they?
Oh dear.
Oh, as if...
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous! Bastard! He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360.
Конец 1770-х.
You beheaded the king for one vote! Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
If I remember rightly, what Mother told me one night, King Louis was secretly also part of the Order. I wonder what impact his death will have on us. Sad news, sir.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richer.
Are you related to Sarah de Richer?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Ну, хитрый скотина.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned.
Only chance, ёб твою мать.
I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
To hear you speak, you seem to know my mother well.
Not really. We met for the first time on this very spot, some weeks back. We had a very pleasant discussion. She's an
23
exceptionally
января
learned lady with a good head for
1793.
business. No need for me to tell you that.
I agree.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject. And when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
As my mother's got so many old books, I'm afraid I won't be able to...
Oh, it's easy. You can't mistake this one. It's an ancient grimoire, composed of 7 parts. Each one is closed under lock and key. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. If you find it, you mustn't tamper with it, you see?
That's unusual. Unfortunately, that doesn't ring a bell. I'll look again, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchet in Paris. Do you know him?
Фон Бочет, блядь, да.
Indeed. One of your close friends?
No, not really, but we were close once. Precisely over the case that concerns us now, because he claimed to have the book I'm looking for.
Another dishonest person. What can you say? Can't trust anyone these days, huh?
No, you can't.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Vollner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Vollner. You're the one who von Burchert was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, All those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Я бы сказал, что это Мортимер. Блин, вот. Александр, у тебя есть монетка с 3 сторонами? Подкинуть ее бы сейчас. Вот прям сейчас просто в небеса. Мортимер, Холем или король Пруссии? Вряд ли король Пруссии.
Разве что 2 сразу.
Ну, блин. Мортимер и Холем выглядят довольно загадочными уродами. Король Пруссии. Я думаю, это Мортимер.
Король Пруссии, марионетка. Говорили же.
There's nothing more for us to say. Goodbye.
Да, говорили, поэтому я говорю, что никогда не король Пруссии.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Does expression go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well,
Холье
metaphorically,
значит.
yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
I'm sure that a soldier such as yourself is not interested in vulgar rumors.
Quite right. If only this cursed gossip didn't come to stain the uniform he has the audacity to wear.
Don't you find him worthy?
But how could he be, monsieur? He never sets foot on the battlefield, too occupied with charming the queen. Have you any idea of the number of titles that coward has won in just a few years?
No, not really.
10! And that Don Juan spends the best part of his time under the queen's skirts. The bugger must have some hidden talent, given all of the gifts she gives him.
I understand your point of view. Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Ну вот, и чё обругал меня. Охуенно посидели. Нет, с Вашингтонском я пока не хочу говорить. Таурум. А, нет, стоп, а на первом. Лайбрери на первом этаже точно. Обожаю телепорты. Nope.
Стобычей не нужен.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Маленькая пиписька просто. О-о-о-о-о. Неплохо.
All right. I've retrieved everything. Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it. A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Ну как тут в библиотеке в этой разобраться?
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Ладно, спросим у Вашингтона и у Падре. Потому что они знают что-нибудь про то, что мы нашли. Опять жрешь, старый хрыч.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Не могу, логика закрыта и этика тоже.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Think of a place and tell me the first thing that comes into your mind when I say the nightmare.
Let me think. I'd say Lord Mortimer's favorite painting on the wall behind his desk. You know, that painting caused quite a stir when it was exhibited. It is titled The Nightmare, and it shows a woman lying down with a creature sitting on her. And in the background, a horse. I don't know if it will be of any help, but I can't think of anything else.
You never know. Thank you for that, though, Your
Привет,
Eminence.
пострижи сябля.
I gotta go and see it just in case, though.
Чё?
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
Маржоп, чё ты написал? Что такое пострижися, бля? Так, можем так. Его комната со второго этажа, там вход был, по-моему.
Мне кажется, это что-то из Шри-Ланка. Но это не точно.
Окей. В эту сторону.
What do you want, Louis?
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
I doubt that Lord Mortimer invited him for his charm, if you want my opinion.
You're leaving me?
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam.
Про нее срочно должны сделать хентай.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
Ну что, там потайный вход за ней. Что еще она могла знать?
Качать политику придется.
No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it. No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Let's take a closer look. Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans, the chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac. When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals. Dark chocolate beans, very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society. A myna bird.
Кто там
Sarah
любит
Deriche?
птиц?
Waldo, you know Sarah?
Время кормить их кофеином.
What have I done? Looks like I've killed him. Shit. I better not hang around.
Pretty boy Вальдо, да, я вот это, да.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like the nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about.
Именно ради этого.
I just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere. That's what you generally feed birds. Might come in handy.
Ай, бля, я долб... Вот она, жрачка для птицы, которую надо было дать Вальдо. Давайте переиграем. Мне просто интересно, что скажет птица, если ее нормально покормить.
Давай лучше перезагрузку.
Не, все, перезагрузка не работает, парни.
The nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about.
Надо было покормить
I
птичку.
just need to find out
Ну
what
я
she
знал,
meant
что
by go
шоколад его
beyond.
убьет.
Ну я тоже, потому что об этом сказали.
Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Как бы do not feed two birds, как бы понятно зачем. Оу. Ой, бля, ой, бля.
Aha, I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
complex mechanism. Looks like the third ring is a bit seized up. It gets stuck on number 9.
В каком году ее написали?
1700 какой-то там. Надо стрим назад отмотать. Можно вот 1792. Вот девятка есть, смотри. Девять, 2.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Нет. Не то. Тут дат в принципе нет. Counting for.
Hey, there are 2 dates on this painting. 1154 AD and 5154. The 2 dates most likely relate to 2 calendars. The Gregorian calendar and the Freemason calendar. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Salle. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something? Wait, did I miss something? The author is Pierre Amédée de la Salle, none other than the Grand Master of the Masonic Lodge of Paris. Now I understand why the dates are offset. He's using dates based on the Anno Lucis, year 0 of the Masonic calendar, by adding 4,000 years to the Gregorian calendar. But I thought that calendar starts in March.
Так, а если... Стоп. Хер там.
I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. A painting depicting the Third Crusade. It's titled Winter Before the Fall of Saint-Jean d'Acre. From what I know, the fall of Saint-Jean d'Acre took place in the summer of 1191. Now, according to this title, it's wintertime on the painting, so it can't have been late in the year of 1191. It must be in the first months of that year, probably in January or February of that year.
То есть, если... А потом попробовать еще к этому прибавить 5. О, нет! Опа!
Open sesame.
Я ж говоришь, что он 3-й поход особо любит. Крестовый. Ну, пиздец теперь.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Mortimer.
Да читай! Мне лень самому. Так. Не важно. Куча писем мне читать лень.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. This shows the forces present in America.
Friend of China.
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
Мне лень читать письма. Я об этом потом, скорее всего, пожалею, но все же.
It's locked.
Понятно, и хуй.
The Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Map of the Orient, indeed. This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
Ты посмотри, блядь, кто он был в окне, дебил.
Three rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look. A pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me. It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, Temperance. That announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. And in the middle, the Chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the Emperor evokes a future full of power and stability.
Что-то еще есть.
Something strange about this table. What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies here on his desert island. But who is he doing autopsies on then? The little surgeon's perfect collection.
Oh.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton. These are feathers. Pigeon, probably. A skeleton. By the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid. That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages. A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Монетки! Монетки!
Table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything. Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
Дзынчит.
По всему.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Так.
3 rusty old nails.
Чем мы тут еще не потрогали своими грязными пальцами?
Это у меня просадки.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
Не знаю, у меня, наверное. Дропов нет. Если просадки FPS, то, скорее всего, у меня на стриме.
Oh shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
Да легко. Сейчас, скорее всего, оно... А, ну да.
По другому календарю прост.
Не думаю. Слушай.
This looks like the same mechanism as the
На
one on
год
the other
раньше
side.
либо позже и плюс несколько тысяч.
It looks too easy. It could be a trap. The mechanism passes through the wall. The wheels are the same on both sides. Chances are the combination I used on the other side works on this side too. These cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Вот тут и оно. Об этом я и подумал. Вот у нас... Там единица должна быть на том конце. То есть так, так, так. То есть это 5... 5. И тут 5. Блять. Вот 9.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. Whoa, whoa. If the grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong date, I'd better not mess up again. Doesn't seem to be working.
Блять. Вот.
Секунду.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Разница между значениями на той и этой стороне 4. Так.
Wheels are stuck. Shit! I'm cornered like a rat. Someone's coming.
Опачки.
Please don't let it be Mortimer. Who is it?
Deliberately avoiding me. 4 years ago I was his favorite, but nowadays I have to ask for an audience with his lordship.
Damn it! It's Peru. I don't know if I should, but...
Well, that's it! I've had enough of being humiliated.
I'm wasting my time here.
After everything I've done on his behalf, he dares treat me like a lackey? I've bled the Parisian elite for the sake of his whims, and what have I got to show for it? Doesn't even have the courtesy to give me 5 minutes of his time. I wanted to put my mind at ease. Well, that's done. I know what I've got to do now.
I must find my mother. So much for discretion.
Monsieur Peru! It's me! Monsieur de Riche!
What the devil is going on?
I need your help!
Where are you, de Riche?
Behind the painting! Open it, please! I've shut myself in! There's a pedal under Lord Mortimer's desk. Can you see it?
There's no... Hang on. Yes.
Good. Now press it.
Yeah. Done.
You should see something resembling a frame with numbers. Yes? You have to turn them to set the combination. 1191.
Девять, 4, 9, 9. Вот как оно должно было быть.
Well. Poking our nose into Mortimer's little secrets, are we? You do surprise me.
It's not what you're thinking. I'll explain everything.
No, you will not, sir. It has nothing to do with me, and by the way, I never even saw you. So, I'll be on my way now.
Thanks again.
Поспешил просто.
I'm indebted to you. I won't forget this.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Ну, бля.
I've wasted enough time. I better get moving if I want to find my mother.
Интересно, что за дыра? Птичку, конечно, жалко. О, манипулейшн максимальный.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. All right, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them. We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this, here, at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence. I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention. You brought spears as well, then?
What? Did Mortimer ask you to bring him holy spears too?
Yes, but I thought I was the only one. How many of them have you brought, then?
18 in all. Any relic even remotely to do with them, in fact.
18 spears? How many of them exist in all?
No one knows. Especially as there is only one authentic one, of course. That all adds to the mystery, don't you think?
Well, please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
То есть 11 святых копий. По 18 мы уже выдали. Все еще ищет одно, которое... Точно не отсюда.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Yeah.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it, sir.
Да, я у вас просто, блядь, в особняке нашел, валялось просто так, ну вы знаете. Вы ж явно любите раскидывать копья, просто вот раскидывать, а я подобрал. Вы плохая прислуга, просто пидоры. Шлюха!
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
I just happened to be passing.
Of course you were. Say no more. I will take my leave. I certainly don't want to be mixed up in your plans.
Какой он обидчивый-то, а? Ну, хотя бы его прогнали. Золотая нить.
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. If I recall the Iliad, Ariadne is none other than the daughter of Minos and Pasiphae. She was in love with Theseus and helped him in his quest to kill the Minotaur in return for a promise of marriage if he defeated the monster. She gave him a reel of thread so that he could find his way back through the labyrinth, which was famous for being unsolvable. But once the beast was slain, the gallant was quick to abandon her on the
Афина,
island.
у нее копье.
Turns out heroes are not what they once were. Let's see. A
Я не
crack as long
помню,
as
у
my
кого, по
finger.
идее, должен быть меч.
Ну, можно во всех тыкать мечом, так что... Оу, май.
What's going to happen if I've got it wrong?
Теперь надо по этой идти, я так понимаю. Блядский лабиринт!
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism. Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers. I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs. Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers. I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs.
Пока мы в войне, не будем. Дальше она ведет.
Ищем руку, чё?
Son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur.
Каменную желательно.
I seem to recall he took the decision to confront the Minotaur. He killed the beast, but if it weren't for Ariadne's help, he would have been trapped in that labyrinth forever. In short, yet another hero who wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, I'm probably being a bit harsh. I mean, we do owe him the foundations of Athens. In other words, the Republic. Render therefore unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso. It's as long as a finger. I'd say between 6 and 8 centimeters.
Ну и харя.
I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma. Icarus. The son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his
Запомнить
death.
путь и ткнуть сюда.
Pity. If I remember rightly, Icarus was the son of Daedalus. He found himself confined to the labyrinth with his father after his father betrayed Minos. And his father's plan to escape from the labyrinth wasn't any more successful. Man, that kid was jinxed. Well, let's keep going.
Так, ну тут, короче... А, вон еще одна статуя.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete. I seem to recall that her fate was not something you'd want. She was punished for the sins of her husband. She had to mate with the sacred bull of Poseidon. 9 months later, she gave birth to Asterion, better known as the Minotaur. It's crazy to see to what extent women have always been mistreated. When they're not harpies, gorgons, and other witches, they become victims. Alright.
Отлично, показали Минотавра. По-моему, в Минотавра надо вставить. Как мне кажется. Блять, как же это хуёво звучит-то, а?
Ariadne.
Да Ариадне, ключ, этот меч отдай.
Try something else.
Бля.
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities.
Давайте нажмем эту херню. Проткнем себе руку, конечно, но чё уж это самое. А, нет.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped.
Хрен там. Не дает мне нажать.
There's a little hole at the fingers. I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs.
О, вон еще кто-то. Или это и есть Минотавр?
Защита от идиота.
Да.
Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus. Architect and genius inventor, he built the labyrinth for Minos to imprison the Minotaur. I seem to recall that he told Ariadne how to get out of the labyrinth by tying a thread to himself.
Жаль, что у меня в детстве
Theseus
такой
managed to
защиты
exit the
не было.
labyrinth without trouble once the beast was dead. And when Minos found him, he threw him
Больше
into
бы
his
за
own labyrinth
приставкой
along
сидел.
with his son Icarus.
Ухмыляющаяся рожица.
Every action causes a reaction. Hey, there's a crack in this statue too. Daedalus. Alright, let's try again. You never know.
О, этого тоже в груди есть этот кряк. А, вот он, Минотавр-то, ёпта.
Asterion.
КР
It is
чьего
rare to see him
Минотавра.
like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur.
The famous son of Minos and Pasiphae.
This statue has a crack in it.
А все остальные
Right. We'll soon see.
вставлены мечи.
Asterion.
Asterion was a son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos.
Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't he who was punished, it was his wife.
She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was born, who everyone knows as the famous Minotaur. Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation. Technically, Asterion is the victim of the story because he's described as a child cast out from birth. Born from an extramarital union because of the errors of his father, he was treated as an outcast all his life. And he died as innocently as he was born. A tragic story, as the Greeks knew how to do so well. Let's go.
А это тогда кто? Так, это мое. Хуй там.
Minos. Son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue.
Вальнуть овца выходит.
Вставить в Минотавра это логично. Хотя в нем вот так. Хотя в нем и так мечи вставлены были.
Minos.
Давай в минусов вставим.
The crack is in the region of the heart.
Там 3 меча. Может, 3 надо вальнуть.
Больше мечей. Здорово, метлик. Раз, два. Да, вот 3. 4. Хватает уродов. Я боюсь, что остальные мечи достать нельзя.
Asterion.
Здорово, Злобин.
The statue has a crack in it.
Здесь видишь, что?
Не всех.
Let's go.
Мать не надо, очевидно.
Minos.
Что-то не так с Икаром вроде.
С Икаром, думаешь? Давай на Икара глянем. Хулинет.
Icarus. Son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity. Well, let's keep going.
Нет, я более чем уверен, что это Минос. Фу, Минотавр.
Asterion.
Да, здесь Астерион.
The statue has a crack in it. Right. We'll soon see.
А хуй там.
Oh, what's wrong? Either I'm imagining things or my hand was pricked. It had poison on it. My head. Asterion.
Ладно, не он. Окей. А кто тогда? Блядь.
Ясно. Ткни в Миноса и нажми, как я и думал.
Давай в минус, это реально.
Minos.
Ну, собственно, говорит, что
Crack is in
это.
the region of the heart.
Да, смотри, ты был прав. О, кровь. Я, по-моему, не успел его от яда вылечить. А, нет, это не яд, это видение.
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now.
Ну дык
I
я
have agreed to
сень-пень.
everything.
Прямым
Even to
текстом
agree.
говорилось, Минотавр не предавал.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out.
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
Реально об одежду, хуль ты там это.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Oh.
A fragment of amber. Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes. These bandages are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
Очень много крови.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Блестяшка за факелом первым слева то твоего нынешнего положения.
Я не Ты не успел. Да, неплохо. Вот это мать. Тут 3 главы. Тут 4. Ладно, парни, на этом мы закончим стрим по консулу. У меня голова от него раскалывается. Ненавижу искать эти самые улики. Головоломки тут интересные, не спорю. Блин, чего стоила головоломка с религией, с Библией? Улики искать, сука, ненавижу. И диалоги тут охуенные. Вот. Еще когда-нибудь вернемся. Так что всем спасибо, всем пока. Сколько времени? Может спать? А может собрать свой вак? Посмотрим. Пока, парни.